So this is my reaction, when prices, just shock up recently, right? I mean, you just go on social media, all over social media, everybody is just like overreacting right now. And yeah, it's not a surprise to me, right? And I know why, right? So this is just based on my opinion, you can agree or you can disagree with me, right? But I think everybody's gonna agree with me with this, right? Yeah, I know 2026 is gonna be another hellhole of a year, right? So yeah, it's just one of those things. It is a new 2016. The 2016 is back again, and that was the most terrible year ever in the world, right? Man, every time we leave, this Pacific era and all that stuff, year just keep getting like infinitely time worse, right? And I don't think this is not going to be the worst year. There's going to be a far more worse year than this, right? Ever since we got into the war with Iran, now, like gas prices are just going up like freaking crazy, man, right? And this is just my reaction, my opinion, right? So damn, I see people saying that like gas was like something amount and then it just goes up like $1 like all of a sudden, right? It's just like yesterday, it just went up like $0.50. This is freaking insane, man. And this is gonna kill a lot of people, right? So man, our pockets are gonna get drained so fast because of this bunch of idiots that don't know what to do, right? I guess United States is the most powerful country, but now they're run by idiots now, and if they lose the war, it's gonna be our fault, right? Yeah, bunch of ignorant and retardeds, that run our country, right? Yeah. Well, that's what it is, It's just that people they just want power and money. That's all they want, right? No integrity, People have to lie, cover up lies and all that stuff, right? That's why a lot of people are not into politics, right? Man, we just have a lot of problem in our country as well, that stupid president, Trump, causing a loss of life and job losses, right? This is what happened when gas goes up, right? Everybody who study econs, will happen, right? Everything is going to go up eventually, right? Things, groceries, buying necessity, buying everything is going to be so expensive now. Damn, due to this stupid. Well, why the gas goes up? You need to explain this video. Okay, I'll explain. This little trail thing, I forgot what's it called. Like, it's like near Iran, right? And Iran got pissed and just like blocked it off, right? That's where 20% oil comes from, that little, trench, right? The oil, like, I think it's like the Gulf or something like that. In like the Mideast, they just block that oil. And then, yeah, because I heard the Mideast, they produce a lot of oils, right? And then now, barrels are come up. Barrels are now costing like over $200 easily, right? And that's why, gas pumps, it's going to go up like, it's going to skyrocket, right? Well, yeah, I think the average, price in United States only costs like $3, and the average price is just around like $5 here, right? But now, it's like nearly $6, and then, the rest they are just like $3 to $4, right? Almost costs as much as, it's going to assume, cost as much as California, right? And California is going to be like crazy, like $8 or nearly $10. And we're barely into 2026. We're like quarter of a year in. Oh, man. Yeah, for those of you, like, yeah, this is going to be another disastrous year, man. Another one. And then, my goodness, man. And this, yeah, just based on, gas prices, right? So I think in my opinion, I want to say, before continuing this video, I think people should buy, whatever they need, right now. And just, stock it up, because price is not going to get any cheaper, right? I better buy, I better buy, something, that's important for me, right now, right? So another thing is that gas not only causes, like, bills goes up, like job, it's going to go hit a recession, right? And stop getting mad at people and stop getting mad at me saying that, oh, I don't have a job, I don't have this, go get a job. But getting a job is now, it's going to be, so much freaking fucking harder, man. It's because of inflation. People don't have logics these days, right? And I have to explain this on YouTube, right? Well, I have some logic, Well, sometimes I'm ignorant, but this time I'm not, right? What happened when inflation goes up, right? The minimum wage has to go up too, right? And then, how do you think the company is going to make the same amount of money as before, right? So let's say that the company, wants to maintain its same profit as before. Now has to make more profit, to live in this, expensive world. I mean, to reduce costs, they have to reduce, the amount of workers, right? I mean, somebody has to go, I mean, you just cannot hire people for free, right? You think, hiring more workers and paying them more, you think that's going to make companies more profit? No, it's not. It's going to go down, right? So they're going to have to do something. The easiest way to cut costs is just, let go of workers and reduce jobs, right? That's the easiest way. And sometimes it's not, sometimes companies go slow and stuff. And then, things are goes down, the market's going to go down. It's gonna, like some companies are not going to survive and they're already complaining already. And then, what happened if there's war going on, now, like the whole United States is going to pay for it, right? And everybody in this fucking world are now going to get mad at us, right? Because we're the one that caused, inflation. We're the ones. Don't blame other country, right? They didn't do shit. They didn't start a war, right? With Iran. It was the United States, right? Get mad at them. Don't get mad at any of us, right? And for God's sake, I didn't fucking vote, right? I did not vote. So don't get mad at me, I'm not to blame for this, right? I support neither, side, right? Oh my goodness, man. Like, yeah, I know that America is spending like billions and billions of dollars, on this stupid, weapon things and and I heard that Iran is gonna win, right? And I don't know, much into war and something like that, but somebody, who's an expert is, they could tell you why, Iran, it's gonna win, right? Yeah, just because United States is the most powerful country, that doesn't mean, it's a guaranteed victory. It's not that, man. Okay? You gotta put, in perspective and context into this, right? So, yeah, man. Now, like the oil is going to sell to China, to Russia, and then, and on top of that, that's another reason why gas goes up so fast, because, Trump's putting tariffs on countries, right? Tariffs mean, like, oh, you have to, increase. And then, now, like countries want to tax us even more. So, yeah, the price is going to go up really fast, man. So, I mean, anyway, people or owners of the companies, or entrepreneur and all that stuff who open up business, they're gonna collect less profit, right? That's just the bottom line. And then, workers, if they don't get paid enough, a lot of people are now going on strike, right? And I even watched the news, right? This is why I know so far, right? And yeah, I heard that, people are going on strike because they don't get paid enough. I mean, yeah, this system is so fucked up, man. I mean, problems are just only getting worse and worse and worse, right? But sorry, you didn't mean to cuss there, but man, I just don't believe it, man. For those of you, who didn't ask for it, I have to feel sorry for you guys, right? I have to. And for the people, who vote for this and who want this to happen, shouldn't complain at the end of the day, right? If people just vote for this, lying capping guy, that I don't want to say his name in his video anymore, you guys should be ashamed of yourself, right? This guy is not helping you, He doesn't give an F about this country. He doesn't give F about the world. He only cares about himself, right? And hopefully he gets removed from the office, man. Because Because yeah, you know, I just don't believe it. I just don't believe it, man. Right? We got clowns that's running, you know, the world. That's what it is. The entire thing's becoming a circus now. It's a complete joke. Now everything's becoming a joke because I told you, man, the biggest leader is a joke. So imagine if we get to World War III, the gas thing is gonna go, you know, even much more further, right? So yeah, people are just like dying, you know. People just don't want to travel a lot anymore, right? That's what happened, you know. Anything that's required traveling, you know, people are now starting to hate it. Maybe people should buy electric cars, you know, or electric scooter, you know, or do some, you know, electric bike and something like that, right? I mean, this may be good for the environment, but man, even the weather's now it's going to become like a more shithole, you know, because now it's going to get global warming, weather's going to get more, you know, a lot more, you know, intense and severe. Yeah. But then, you know, like I said, electric cars are electric is just too damn expensive, right? And they need to, you know, frequent charge. Then they need to make a car, you know, where they can build, you know, driving 100 miles. I feel bad for people, you know, who has to drive, you know, like 1 hour to work every single day, you know. Imagine how much, they're not going to save much money, you know, at the end of the day, you know. They have to buy, you know, foods and grocery. They're not going to have much saving, you know, left, you know, in their pockets, right? Or they might even go in debt, you know. All them people even lose money from their saving, you know. Some may even like get drained out. So I think this country needs to create a lot more remote job, because if gas is gonna keep going up like this, you know, nobody is gonna buy, right? Nobody's gonna do anything. Nobody wants to go anywhere, right? I'm like, yeah, you know, people go on vacation and all that stuff, but it's not looking too good right now, you know. So tell me, you know, what you thought about this video, right? What you thought about me, you know, explaining you about this, right? So some people may be right, you know, this may be actually be worse than COVID, right? This is not an exaggeration, right? So yeah, I remember the unemployment got 15%, but I don't think it's gonna get there, you know. But yeah, I see a lot of people get laid off during COVID. I mean, which one is worse? You know, some people may say that it's the same, you know. Some people may say that, oh, this is worse. It's just, you know, people in all perspective. But in my opinion, I think this might be worse. You know, if gas gets over $10 per hour in California, right? Yeah, if you live in an expensive, you know, area, you know, I think the highest gasoline that I experienced, the most expensive gasoline that I ever experienced and ever cost was about like close to $7. Man, we could easily get a topple over that. And it's ridiculous, man. I don't know how we're gonna survive like even 2 years from now, man. We may not even survive this, you know, outrageous, man. Right? Man, I feel bad for these people, man. Now, you know, people who want to do Uber drive and all stuff, anything that requires traveling, you know, people don't like it anymore, right? Like I said again, so this thing is just like a huge slap in the face to all of us, man, right? Backstab all of us, right? So yeah, man. And our minimum wage, so funny, it's not gonna go up. Now, if it did go up, then we would have been, you know, fine with this. But some of us are still gonna complain. There's always people gonna be complaining, but you just have to. Well, I just want to make sure majority of us are not complaining. That's the key thing we're looking there. So, like I said, you know, it is what it is. At the end of the day, you just have to find more ways to make more money. You know. Just have to find more ways. Do something about it, man. maybe I should do something about it, right? Well, yeah, because it looks like the government doesn't want to help us. You know, just want to do his nonsense stuff, and just pay for this nonsense, right? Why don't you make this fool pay for, the war he caused? But no, they're not going to do it, right? Just, man, our countries are not great anymore. Because, we just hire a criminal, that runs our country. A freaking criminal with 34 felonies. Man, our generation is gonna get fucked up. That's all I'm gonna say, man. We're gonna get so fucked up because of this. Teaching our new generation think it's okay to do these type of, shenanigans, right? Oh my God, man. This is just my reaction. And there's nothing else more to say. Oh my gosh. Well, just have to end this video up here.